Welcome back, guys. I get to start this one, and we're starting off the Duckins with Ducken.
Its entire body is made of stone! Oh my gosh! So no attack can harm it. Oh my gosh, why didn't we have one of those? Only its protruding eyes are vulnerable, but sometimes it steps on them and thrashes around in pain.
What?
Interesting.
How does it step on its eyes?
You know, I've only ever had one Ducken, and it was a Monster Rancher 3 Ducken, the jungle one. I don't dislike them. I think they kind of take a special strategy to be efficient, because I have definitely seen good Duckins, but they take a lot of strategy, in my opinion. But for anyone who hasn't played Monster Rancher 2 when Duckins were introduced, I do want to explain their history slightly, because I find it interesting. In Monster Rancher 2, when they were introduced, to get a Ducken, you had to eat a certain type of food, because Monster Rancher 2, they changed it where instead of just feeding him good, okay, and bad food, you had this huge array of options, and one of them was a jelly cup. And you could feed your monster a jelly cup, and it was generally a bad idea to do so because they were really low in nutrition and really high in fat or something, and they weren't good for your monster, but some of the monsters really loved them. And there was a rare chance you'd get like a star sticker or something, and if you got so many star stickers, whatever her name was, Colt. Oh my gosh, I can't really remember this. Colt would be like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna send away for the prize from the Jelly Cup company or whatever. So she sends it away and you come back and they give you this can, I think, and it's like got the duck in it, it's like a toy. And I don't remember how, but somehow, I don't know if you can use it to like, as a merge item, but the duckin comes alive. And I just find that really interesting because it kind of goes along with the whole Mew story of, I really enjoyed back in the old Monster Rancher days where they had explanations for some of the more strange monsters. And you really had to work at it to get the Duckins. So when you finally got it, even though it looked really messed up, you wanted to play with it.
The Ducken.
This moody monster used to be someone's toy long ago. It doesn't have a serious thought in its head and does whatever it wants, but ended up learning a lot somehow. Or the thing can just override everything I just said. Again.
Well, whatever. I gotta say, as much as you're okay with them, I think they're kind of ridiculous.
They are ridiculous, but I really appreciate how the designers of Monster Rancher tried to have some ridiculous monsters.
Is he filled with chocolate?
You know, I was actually just looking, and I couldn't figure out if it was wood or chocolate. I was actually just wondering that myself. I'm gonna say it wood, because it looks like wood grain on the outside.
I thought it's like a Cadbury egg.
No, I don't think so.
Well,
I don't know. I like how they... I guess, as much as I have been really picking on Monster Rancher 2, for anyone who's been watching all those LPs in Monster Rancher of mine, it's not a bad game. There's a lot of things I liked about it. It was just way too hard, and it's way too complicated for me to record. But I liked how they had explanations for a lot of the monsters, like the Mock and the Undyne. And, you know, they had all these stories, and I feel like that's something they've lost in later Monster Ranchers.
Yeah.
Because, I mean... we had almost none like that. Well, we had the Zan. Oh, now you can do a Zan because you did storyline, you know, and I think that might have been the only one I can think of. There was another one, but I don't know. I kind of feel like the whole exploring part is lost, but I'll shut up now.
The Grape-a-Duck.
It looks pretty scary, but it thinks it looks pretty cute. When people run away from it, it just thinks they're shy. It sometimes chews on the flesh of its own stomach.
Okay. At first, the one steps on its eyes. This one chews on its own stomach.
Yeah, moving on.
The Machu Picchu, that name is awesome.
It looks pretty high-tech, but it's only a wind-up toy. It has a hard time getting its gears to line up right. It once tried out for a movie, but was rejected. Okay, it looks like it has gears on the inside. Yep, it does. I like that.
That is pretty cool.
I have to admit, this doesn't quite make sense to have a Hengar version of a Ducken, because I feel like the Ducken would come far later than the Hengar, but... it's still cool. It's got like something in its mouth, like a conveyor belt.
The Pumpkin Duck.
All Duckins love pumpkins! They say this monster looks like this because it ate so many of them. Lately it's been worried about getting eaten by other Duckins. Well, considering they eat their own eyes and bellies. What is he, hollow? Yeah. Again, I really like how they did the part poncho. I mean, they did a good job on this one.
The Guan Yu duck. That is
This-
awesome.
This rowdy monster just eats or breaks everything. Oh my gosh! I didn't realize how cannibalistic these things were. It goes through its opponents easily by eating or breaking them, as it has swords for hands. Oh my gosh, it does. It sometimes cuts off its own ear. Oh my gosh, the whole description shocked me the whole way through. Okay, what's in it?
In the world.
That looks like wood on the inside.
It is
but
wood.
I can't... This thing... I have nothing to say about this. I don't know. I'm kind of in shock. And unfortunately, I don't know what kanji character is on its tummy. I do not know that one. Oh my god, there's another one.
Duck fever!
The exploder is a feisty monster. Wait, never mind. Always jumping around, he throws his opponents off by creating havoc, stirring up divine winds, then disappearing suddenly. Looks like a soccer ball that's on fire.
Or
Oh.
a football.
Football, yes. What's inside? Oh my gosh, is there a soccer stadium inside of him? Look on his back, guys. I wish I could zoom in. I swear there's a tiny soccer stadium in there.
There is.
That is, like, unrealistic. Why did the designers go through so much effort to design that when no one's ever going to use this monster? Or even notice that? Oh my gosh, yeah. Helper can't stop looking at it. Oh my gosh, there's another one!
The King Duck Duck.
I love this one! This monster was born when the soul of an ancient mummy entered Ducken by mistake. It can fetch a high price on... So archaeologists love it. It hates water and people, except for apparently archaeologists. This reminds me of a Monster Rancher 3 one, actually. What's inside of him? Oh, he's empty.
So
I have to...
I've got to ask, do these descriptions bother you at all with the tetrino or whatever going on the sides of those descriptions?
What do you mean?
Or not the tetrino, what's the L block?
Oh, yeah, it doesn't feel like it fits in because it looks like at the top, you know, it kind of looks like a machine rivet down in the bottom. I don't even know what that's supposed to be.
Well, to me it just feels like they need to spin it the other way to make it fit on when it falls down.
I don't know.
My OCD just wants it to flip down.
Okay, well, that's the end of the Duckins. Thank goodness. Moving on.
Bye, guys.